to take a moment to share a little bit about my story. You see, it all began with my mother getting political asylum to leave Cuba. You know, Cuba, that communist, socialist country. So she actually came with the shirt on her back. That's all she came with. But the interesting thing was, even though she got papers to get out, she actually escaped pregnant. Why do I say that? Because in Cuba, you weren't allowed to leave if they knew you were pregnant. So what she did was she put a corset on, and she was 5 months pregnant, so she was showing a bit. And she squeezed herself in order to hide the fact that she was pregnant. Mind you, she also had to leave behind a son that was 13 years old, and because he was drafted in the military. Yeah, that's what they did. And so we came over. She came with the shirt on her back, and she worked 2 to 3 jobs all her life, basically. And she struggled. And I'm sure this is a story that many of you who are listening right now could probably identify with. You might have had parents that came over here or grandparents, and the struggle was strong. But you know what? She did the right thing. She got political asylum. She immediately went through the process to become an American citizen, and she was proud to do that. And she did. A few years later, she became an American citizen. She did it right. She went through the right channels to get into this country for the American dream. And of course, leave behind a very tough situation back in Cuba. To this day still remains. So that's a little bit about that. So at the time, I was living in New York. I was about 6 years old. And this is where it all began, living in Long Island, New York. I was in my room, and I kept hearing this guy playing the guitar downstairs in the basement. See, my mom was really cool. Not only did she go through the right channels to become an American citizen, but what she also did was that she would actually sponsor Spanish people from other countries to come in. She would sponsor them in. She would give them a room downstairs that she created three bedrooms downstairs with a shared kitchen and bathroom, laundry service there and everything, which I thought was pretty cool. It gave these people a chance coming into the country with the right papers and then going ahead to become American citizens. That's the way they did it back then. In any event, so I heard this guy playing guitar. And so finally, I got the courage to start going downstairs, and I was actually about halfway down the stairs, and I just sat, because he had his bedroom door open. I just sat there. And as I'm listening, boy, I was like, wow, that thing is cool, you know? This guy played really well. He was Mexican, so he's playing like Mexican rumba stuff, and it was very good. Then he stops playing, and he walked out of his room, and he saw me there. And he's like, hey, what are you doing, Daniel? I said, what is that you're doing? He said, that's a guitar. Because actually, I didn't know what I don't think I really knew what a guitar was. I might have seen one, but I didn't really know what it was. So he says, come on, I'll show you. I go to his room, and he's playing his guitar, and I'm like, wow, this thing caught my attention. And he's like, you want to try? And I'm like, all right.